She's been our producer here a couple of times in the show,
Yes,
right?
I have.
And what is it that you do, Colleen?
I work for the New York City Water Department, and so, but that's kind of boring. I don't know if I want to talk about that tonight. And on my off time, I spend a lot of time in New York and going to different venues and watching musicians. I love to go see live music and this and that. I just set up a big deal for Josh Zuckerman's show. We had a bunch of people come, and you guys were invited, but you didn't come. But it was so fun. Oh my gosh, and he's such a good artist, and it was just rocking, really great at the bitter end. We're doing another one on April 15th, and that will be for a lady by the name of Randy Russo. She's a musician in Brooklyn, and she's doing a CD release party at Bowery Electric. At least it's tentatively at Bowery Electric. I'm going to be having a lot of people come. I'll put up an event invitation on Facebook, and then you guys can take it and share it on your pages for your fans and everything. Yes, we'll probably meet across the street at the little Cuban place for eats, and then we'll go across the street and rock out to her music. Let's see, what else is coming up?
So now you produce, for the Josh Zuckerman event, you produce the event?
I didn't produce the event, no, but I did the pre-show event thing for him and put that together.
That's fabulous.
Yep, it was so fun. Oh my gosh. Another thing I'm doing is I'm working with Susie Graff again. If you all don't remember, she is the lady that put together and produced and made the documentary on the LGBT homeless youth in New York City. It's called Lost in the Crowd. It's going to be at the expo that's coming up, and we're going to be it's going to be at the Gay Expo. So when you come out, make sure you check it out. And I don't know if she's going to show the whole film or what she's going to be doing. It's going to be at the, what do they call that, the video booth?
Oh, the video booth.
Yes.
With Ryan Willaf.
Yep. Yeah. So she will be there, I will be there, and she will be showing her film and all of that, because we want to get that promoted some more, maybe get it shown mainstream and all that. And I have another little event. I don't know how much time we have to put it together, but it comes out on the 9th. My friend Laura Thomas is coming back into town from Chicago. She's another female musician, and she will be playing at Rockland Music Hall. So that's on the 9th, and I'll try to put up an event invitation for that too. Yay. So all that.
Fabulous, awesome. Now, for people that don't know out there, tell us a little bit about you, Colleen.
Well, let's see here. I came to New York 3.5, 4 years ago. I look like shit tonight because I've just been running around the city. I'm in my, you're talking about all the fashion. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I know. See, there you go.
But so I'm in my. What is it, the Gap, sweatpants and top, and, you're lucky you even got me in front of the camera. But no, I work for New York City DEP, and I've been just like pretty much mainstream for the last 4 or 5 years working in industry, and I just think that a lot of transsexuals that are out there, they kind of get stuck in a rut, and they don't feel that they can go do what all other women or men do. And you definitely can. I'm living proof of that. I went through all the same BS, if you will, when I transitioned that anyone else did. Lose the job, lose the family, lose all the crap, have to regain it, and do all the other things in order to get that back. And eventually, you can mainstream yourself, and you can have jobs. I have a highly professional, very, out there type job. And, if you're working for a municipality or a corporation that has decent EEO policies, you can do that. I'm not going to say it's easy to do if you're living somewhere like Indiana or South Dakota or somewhere like that. They're pretty backwoods. Get out of those places. Come to the places where people see you as a human being, not as something less than. And, live your life, and live your life to the fullest. And that's what I'm doing. I go to work every day with all the straights, and I go out at night, sometimes gay venues, sometimes straight venues. I don't care. I'm out there. I do what I want to do, and that's just the way it is.
It's fabulous. It's great that so many people should look up to you and know that it does get better. And you are living proof of it. So thank you so much,
you.
Colleen. It's
Yes.
wonderful.
And it's been so nice since I've met you two. I really think you guys are just great with what you do, and you're always out there doing the little events and doing your shows and everything. And I'm going to miss you so much. I hate that you're leaving, but I love that you're, going for something that you want to do, because I really think you're going to be successful at that. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So you are openly transsexual, right?
Well, yeah, but
And if you weren't, now you are?
No, I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm pretty sure that people at work must know I'm a tranny. But let's face it, I don't go to work and start going, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, it's none of their business, and I don't talk about that there. And if you go into your job and you do your job, and you don't see a straight woman coming in and talking about her sex life, or some guy coming in and doing it. I don't talk about mine. It's none of their friggin' business. So I go into work, I do my work, and if someone were uncouth enough, which they've really never had been, to ask me anything, I just say it's just not a door that's open. So yeah, and the people I work with, New York's great, because people in New York, they have better things to do with their time. If you're living in Indianapolis, your business is their business. They just don't seem to have enough going on, so they make other people their business, and then that's the bad part. If you come to a place like Chicago, LA, New York, people got too much going on. They don't have time to worry. If you're doing your job and you're doing your thing, and you're not being crazy, you're not offensive, they're going to do their thing, you do your thing, and you just get by. You pick up the paycheck and go do what you want on the weekends. That's pretty much what it is. So,
Absolutely. Well, it's great. Thank you so much for coming out.
you bet. Yeah. I've come here a few times, but I've never got in front of the camera, so it's just kind of like, whoa, yeah, hey.
Colleen has helped us out so much. We've hung out a bunch. We did the Take Back the Night March together,
Oh my God, yeah.
which was fantastic. And you took that amazing picture of me that I love so much. Thank you.
Yes, I enjoy doing the
Quite,
pictures.
quite the photographer as well, Miss Colleen. Very artistic.
Yeah,
on
well,
all
maybe
aspects.
it's artistic. When they come out blurry, I can claim artistic, license.
Artsy.
Yeah. But I've been involved in the activism. I was on the Human Rights Coalition. We tried to drive an actual LGBT human rights law through in the state of North Dakota, of all things. We actually made it through the Senate, and it failed in the legislature for all the same reasons they always do. But I think it's very important for when you ask, are you out? Yes, I feel that it's my obligation to go and do things to stop adverse effects on people, not just myself, but my friends and everybody I know. I don't like discrimination, and I hate bigots, and I think the bigger the voice, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And so when we do the Take Back the Night, when we do other events, the Marriage Equality New York, all of that sort of thing, with Catherine Marino-Thomas and those people, it's extremely important. And when you talk about people like Ricky Martin, at the time Ricky Martin was becoming famous and so forth, it was a kind of a different time. If he would have come out, you would have never heard of Ricky Martin. But he certainly could have come out a lot sooner. Once he got famous, he certainly could have come out. A lot of other musicians did that, Melissa Etheridge and a lot of people like that. So, and we know that there are still a lot of people that are closeted, especially the people in the government, that could actually really benefit things if they just came out and said, hey, let's just cut the shit and do what's right.
Or just voted for equality. I mean, a lot of, we see time and time again all of these politicians who vote constantly against, LGBT rights and, all of these different things. They're the ones who are the most, are the ones who are, anti, and what their private lives are not matching, the way they're voting. So if they would just be more supportive and more,
And then you catch them in a bathroom in the
exactly.
airports in Minneapolis,
I know.
or you find out they took a trip with somebody from rentboy.com,
Exactly.
One thing that was very interesting, when I transitioned about 15 years ago, I lived in a very small farming community, just like Mr. Moss did. They did a front page newspaper article, complete with picture, about me. It was somewhat of a fair, but oh my gosh, the uproar. And the other day I was looking through my files and I came up with this newspaper, and there was, in the editorial page where the people can write letters in, there was somebody that had written a letter in. It was actually a minister of a church and a few other people recommending that I contact, what was his name, Reckers? The guy that was actually caught with the rent boy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the guy that was the head of the evangelical movement. And it was back at a time where you didn't really hear of gay reparative therapy and all this and that. And I looked at that, and the two names of the people and the organizations that they recommended so highly that I could go and get myself, fixed, now have been disgraced with these kind of things, with people that they're being run by people that are gay, that are really doing a lot of damage to our communities. So.
Well, I mean, it's the self-hatred. It comes back to the self-hate, and it's just really sad. But we're glad that you persevered and you're here. Yes. You're living proof.
Now, last question I have is: do you think, when I say this is the year of the tranny, meaning this is the year where we begin to be accepted and exposed to the world as regular, average, normal women, trans women? 2011, year of the tranny, yes or no?
I would have to say, in a way, yes. I think it's going to take more than a year, but I think this year more than any other. I've been, championing your little comments and so forth that I see when you put them out there, because if you look at it in the media, in government, in business, there are all these out trans women that are doing their thing, where 5 years ago you would never have heard of a gay mayor or a gay city councilman or a trans senator or anything. Now it's just, it's coming up, and we're seeing all these things, supermodels that are trannies, and a mayor that's a transsexual, and people in business and high-profile governmental positions and positions in the media. So it's going to take more than this year, but this is certainly, it's kind of jumped a lot, hasn't it?
I find it interesting. I think that we've seen supermodel trannies before. I mean, there was Tula, and I mean, we've had Candace Kane, and a lot of it has to do with beauty. And I love to see the senators and, high government officials where their job position doesn't have to do with how they look, which I find very interesting. And it is President's Day, so I have to ask, we do have a black president in the United States. When year are we going to see a gay or tranny president, do you think?
We're gonna probably.
When is it coming?
2050.
The tranny president's gonna probably be a day or two, but the gay president, who knows if we haven't already had one?
Absolutely. And who knows if we had a tranny president or not?
Or First Lady.
Yes, this is true. Yes.
You never know.
A little, yeah.
I love it.
Well, the androgynous look is in right now, and I think people think that I am criticizing these models, and some of them, they're all very gorgeous. They're all more beautiful than I'll ever be, but it's a very androgynous fashion campaign right now, and I think that lends itself to a lot of these trans getting involved with modeling. And really, the age of the supermodel kind of went away for a while after Linda Evangelista and Turlington and all them, and then we saw all of these celebrities taking over as supermodels, and now they're kind of giving way to more actual supermodels again, and this time you're seeing the trannies come into it. So yes, I really like it. I really think it's great.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and giving us your wise, ideas and everything,
Opinionated bitchiness, yes.
I love that. On Monday nights are a bitch. Thank you so much, Colleen.